y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we break down albums, artists, and eras of R&B history. I am Natalie Elise, and that's my brother.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives. And today we are welcoming back the good brother, Mr. T. Harris. What up?
What's up, y'all? Glad to be back. It's an honor to be with y'all once again. Two of my favorite people to discuss music with, so I'm glad to be back in the house.
Yes, and we are glad to have you back. And for folks who may not have caught a glimpse of you before on the show, how about you tell folks about yourself?
All right. Well, I am T. Harris. You can follow me on Instagram at WhenTheNeedleDrops. I am a music head. I love music, R&B, hip hop, soul, funk, jazz, a little pop in there. So, good music is good music, regardless of genre. So that's always been my philosophy. And I am a native, born and raised, still living here of South Carolina. So I represent the South to the fullest.
Yeah, South got something to say. So, JR, how about you tell our audience what we're going to be talking about today, and why do you think it's important that we talk about it?
All right, so today, y'all, we will be discussing Boyz II Men, Cooleyhighharmony, the 1991 version, people. And why you don't? I thought you did. Damn.
Wait a minute. She's not in the club, JR.
Yes, like normally she is, and I'm shocked because I thought she had it.
Yeah.
No, I only have 2.
Right, and you gave me 2.
So I'm gonna turn 2 to the back because that's giving that Cooley High vibes.
There we go.
There it is. There it is. So y'all, yes. I mean, a lot of people do discuss this, but they ain't gonna discuss it like us. So we definitely gonna talk about it. It's gonna be dope. I'm really, because this is my favorite Boyz II Men album anyway. So I'm ready to get into this and all that good stuff. But y'all know how we like to do here. So T, when did you get introduced to Boyz II Men?
I think like most people, Motown Philly was my introduction to Boyz II Men. Summer of '91, that's all you heard on the radio. The music video was dope. Plus, they were backed by Michael Bivins, and I was a huge Bell Biv DeVoe fan. I thought I was the 4th member of Bell Biv DeVoe because I was light-skinned. I wanted to be Ronnie DeVoe when I was a kid. So yeah, him having that backing, and then the East Coast Family video and all that. Yeah, so that was a real cool time in music.
Yeah, that's my Boyz II Men origin story.
Yeah.
Exact same story. It was inescapable, and I was a little teenage. Well, pre-91, so 12.
Yeah, I was 11, so yeah.
Pre-teen action coming on. So it was just, just natural.
Yeah.
That's one of
the, I would say that's one of the hallmark songs of our childhood. Like when I see a lot of these younger millennials and Gen Z, when they do their 90s parties or whatever, mock-ups, so you can say, they Motown Philly or the instrumental. So that song's still going 30 plus years later.
Yeah. I just remember seeing it on the box. For real, and just seeing it, and it was a very colorful video. And me being young, obviously that's gonna attract me. I'm like, it's colorful as hell and all this kind of stuff. And then, me being in New York, I was still in New York. Yeah, I didn't move to South Carolina. My mom had already left me already. She dipped and said, you coming in a couple of months. let me get this right. And then you coming in a couple of months. So I was still up there. So when the way they dressed, it was kind of funny to me. Like when I saw the video, I'm like, wait a minute. They got on jeans shorts, but then they got on blazers. I'm confused. Like, I'm lost. Like I'm looking at my grandma and she don't know. She don't even know. She like, who is this? Like, who are you talking about? Like, who is these boys? And I'm like, this Boyz II Men. Don't you see the title? I'm like looking at her thinking that she would know because obviously, they, like y'all said, this was played all day. You couldn't escape it. So I'm thinking she knows. She like, I don't know them. I'm like, okay. I'm like, but don't you see the way they dress? And she was like, well, I actually like it. She was like, I like it. And obviously that's the audience that Boyz II Men wanted to hit. You know what I'm saying? They were able to, the music was us, but they was able to appeal to my grandma because she like, oh, they look dignified and they look this and all this kind of stuff. But that's how I really got into it, trying to think that my grandma knew who they was and she didn't.
So my thing about Motown Philly, and to this day, really the only part of that song I really want to hear, to be honest, is the harmony, you know, the doom 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 da da doom doom. Like the rest, I mean, it's just because I heard it so much, but that part still gets me. Like you said, check this one out. Like, see if this one moves you, you know?
It's like the perfect marriage between that New Jack Swing sound and Boyz II Men's harmony. You throwing a little hip hop in there. Everybody loved the song as much as it did because it had all of that in that one song. Yeah.
That's why I did like with the fact that they called it Motown Philly, because again, that Motown they giving you that four tops, that temps, like that's what they were giving. And then being from Philly, it worked. Like anytime you, like you said, on any 90s playlist, whatever, you're gonna hear that record. And it just takes you back to the early 90s and that New Jack flavor when it was at its height. You know what I mean? And I think that I'm so glad, even though down the line, Boyz II Men is known for more of their ballads, but they came in with an up-tempo record, you know what I mean? Which made them different from another group, which I know we're going to get into. But you know, it's just that I think it was so smart for them to start that off with a single like this, yo. Because like you said, T, it was everything worked. It was just perfect marriage. It's perfect of everything. And the way they brought that like in that middle, like you want to sing that, like you want to sing along with them. So yeah. So again, that got my grandma too. So she's like, I like them. I like this song. Okay. I'm like, okay.
I think it's funny. I think like our parents and then our grandparents, they liked our music. And part of it was because how heavy sampling was at the time. But because it connected them to their younger years.
Yes.
But being a parent of a teenager, two teenagers, I don't like their music very much. I can't listen to it. I try to stay connected, but it's hard.
Yes. Yeah. And then like my grandfather at the time, my family are big James Brown fan. So you know you're hearing the Lynn Collins thing. You know what I'm saying, in it. So he like, oh, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know that. That's James. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, we were able to connect to our parents and grandparents. Please, my grandma, you know, God bless their soul, they would have been like, what is this mess now? Like they would have never, my mom barely connected to it. So it's like, I'm barely connected to it. So if I'm barely connected to it, my mom forget it. My grandparents would have been like, turn this shit off. Like, you know, we don't want to hear it. But a song like Motown Philly, they like, okay, we like this. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? So it was smart.
But my mom like music up until about 99. Anything after that, she don't really know it.
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
Kind of thing.
You know, a thing here or there. But the thing she do know is stuff that's targeted to is your Maxwell's. Like she love her Maxwell and a Jill and and Erica, but only if it's on and on a Tyrone. That's it. But like, with one of them being a song I don't even like. But
right.
Tyrone could die of fire. I don't like that song. But you know, stuff like that and stuff that was on adult contemporary, anything else, if she heard it, she'd be like, I don't like that. So
yeah. But it was smart with the guys to do that, to bring this, and it appealed to everybody. Everybody liked it. They were appealing image-wise, like just everything just worked. And then to have Michael Bivins ends with, you know, the rap that he does, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just it's corny, but it worked. You know what I'm saying? It's corny, but it worked.
Yeah. And I mean, it was very smart marketing because BBD was hotter than fish grease.
They were.
Yep.
And then you said So you connected them to the Boys and then ABC. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then ABC was hot as heck too. So you got them. So it's like all the pieces were there for this song and for Boyz II Men to win. You know what I mean? Like it worked.
Now that I think about it, this was also both Motown Philly came out. Aisha came out before that. Playground came out right before Motown Philly. And then BBP had dropped their remix album, what, WBBD Boot City?
Yeah, with Dope. Yeah.
Like, hit together. Boom. Yeah, it was good timing.
That and when they did it at the Apollo, they had the whole East Coast family, and it was all of them performing at the Apollo. And you know when the beat drops. And when the beat dropped for Motown Philly, the crowd lost it. And they were going in. That's when you knew you had a hit back then. You know what I mean? If the Apollo gonna go off for you, you in there. You know what I mean? And they were going off. You know what I'm saying? With them tight ass jeans, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But I'm like, how the hell they dancing in them tight ass shit? But they working and stepping and doing all that shit. I'm like, all right. Come on. And then you know, freaking Michael, he tall. So I'm like, don't rip, yo. You don't need a rip. Like, come on.
It's crazy that folks, like you said, like now this is a generation of people who don't know this version of Boyz II Men. They don't know the up-tempo choreographed dance move Boyz II Men. They know to sit on a stool singing it to a microphone balladeers. That's what they know.
Yep. Yeah. Yep, because that's what I'm trying to think. Oh no, because I'm trying to think I Can't Let Her Go, but that wasn't a big hit for them. So this generation wouldn't know that. No. Damn. Damn. Right. What a time. But okay. All right. So let's get into this album, y'all. We gonna start. Let me tell y'all something. I got to say this. The first 3-track run is nuts. Like,
yeah.
What? There's not a skippable of the first 3 tracks. So I needed to say that. Because, boy, these boys did not come to play at all. Like,
they came out the gate swinging hard.
Boom! You hear me? Like, what?
Listen, no disrespect to One More. I appreciate y'all, but y'all ain't your daddy and his friends. Like, please don't go. Need to be sung by Boyz II Men and Boyz II Men only.
That's it.
Kill that song. They kill.
I blame Mary. I'm sorry, love you, girl, but no.
Leave that song alone. That song is perfect as is. My goodness.
Yes. So speaking of, it starts off with "Please Don't Go."
Yeah, perfect introduction to them. Like the vocals are on point, the harmonies, and shout out to Nathan Morris and his pen game because this Joker wrote the hell out of some songs on this album, boy.
Yeah. And we actually talked about this song on the Catch That Mini, and we talked about it with Rel. And we kind of went in on this record. And what I love about this song, I think it shows the characteristics of each person in the group. Because you know what I'm saying? Mike doing his talking thing. You know what I'm saying? Sean is so smooth. Like he's the smooth guy. Then Nate comes in with a little bit more grit. And then, you know, Wanye just going to be dramatic. And that's just what it is. And that's what characterized them vocally. You know what I mean? Just like I just posted last night, the performance that they did on MTV Unplugged. Like, Sean, man, and see, I connected Sean because we said my cousin Desmond, God bless his soul, looked just like Sean. Looked just like him. So we used to be like, yo, there go your brother, yo. And he like, shit, I wish I could sing like him. Like, like, the hell? But Sean, like, yo, and the harmonies are so tight.
They are.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, this epitomizes the R&B begging song. Like,
yes.
It's perfect. Perfect.
Man, they ain't got songs like that no more either. People ain't begging. Dudes ain't begging no more. And they wasn't scared to beg. Like, all right, good.
They wasn't scared to beg. And like, I was thinking about this when I was listening to it yesterday. Like, this album, not just this album, but like these first 3 songs on here is like the epitome of what they call male vulnerability. I'm not afraid to ask for you to come back to me.
Yes.
I'm not afraid to tell you, I love you, you make me feel good and all this kind of stuff. It wasn't that whole toxic masculinity thing that's become the popular trend now. But yeah, it was perfect vulnerability, dude showing his sensitive side. Love it, man. Love it.
Like, come on, man. Temptation may come, but when I get caught up, no. Yes, but then I get caught up. Ooh. Come on.
Thinking about
you. Man, I love this record, y'all. Oh my God.
Yeah, I will say of all the songs on this album, this is my probably 1 or 2 favorite.
Oh, okay.
What my favorite track is on, but this is probably
okay.
But yeah, like I said, it come out the gate swing and start off with a bang. I absolutely love this song.
Oh my God! Like ding, 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 ding. It's like that '90s R&B, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it fit with what at the time. This is when Luther is kicking, and this is when Keith Sweat is kicking, and this is when all these guys and Freddie and all them. So they fit into that. You know what I mean? Just how it comes in. Dallas's production on these songs is nuts.
Yeah.
It's like he freaking Biv got Dallas, and Dallas blessed the East Coast family for real. Like, he did the thing with them, Boyz II Men, ABC. Like, he did the damn thing, man. So the way this comes in, it's just like the boys is like, we coming to sing for y'all. All 4 of them.
All 4 of them. Every member.
Every member.
Every member.
You just didn't have a member just standing there. Just there. Yeah. Yo, I know. Come on, Elise. You know I was gonna do that. Now you know that was coming. That train is never late at all. Oh, but yes, love this record. Love this record. I love when they did it on MTV Unplugged, and I also loved it when they did it on Arsenio Hall, and they was at the end, and the credits was going. And I was like, no, yo. And then it cuts off, but they got it on YouTube. Y'all can check it out. And
so I need to go back and watch that performance. I remember watching that live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, God, man. But I was like, yo, let it go. Like, let them go over a little bit of time, Arsenio. But, you know, them sponsors was like, no, stop. Like, cut. And they sounded so good, man. Like, their harmonies are so tight. It's just, hell, they calling themselves Cooleyhighharmony. It gotta be. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
y'all ever had the opportunity to see them perform live? Because they sound just as good live as they do.
I never did, and I want to. And one of our brothers, Apartment 5B, Vern, he gave tickets to Kill, because Kill is from Philly. And y'all at least know he gives them the blues. Like, he gives Boyz II Men the blues. And he went to the show. Oh, that changed everything. That changed everything. He was like, yo, they is singing. Like, he was like, yo, I know they from Philly, but I wasn't really connecting to them like that visually. Yeah. That's why. But he said, yo, you go to the show, they sound just as good as the record.
They sound just as good as they're doing a record. Yeah, I saw them when they were doing their residency in Vegas.
Oh.
8 years ago now? Yeah, about 8 years ago. Perfect, man. They're a 3-part harmony now, but that also shows the versatility of Nate Morris, because he could hit some of those bass and baritone parts too that were missing because Mike wasn't there. But yeah, it was.
He talked about that too on what interview? I forgot what he was. And he said he would have to go in first to do Michael's vocals, and then Michael will come and hear what he does and come back in. So, like you said, it showed the versatility of him. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Please don't go. Oh, what a song.
I've seen them twice in 2 vastly different places in their career. The first time I seen them was in the 90s on tour with Babyface and Brandy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
In fact, it was at the Dean Smith Center. It was at the Dean Dome, so the sound was cool. But of course they did great as Boyz II Men. But it was awful. I don't know why they had concerts there. That was stupid. And then I saw them. Now this is gonna be totally different. At a halftime at an NC State women's basketball game.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
So they gave the same energy.
Mm-hmm.
At that, they just had jeans, white t-shirt, like they was just like kind of just look like normal. Well, they always look like normal guys to me though. But it's like normal guys, and they still killed it doing this halftime show at a '90s women's basketball.
Yeah.
Before, before it got real big as far as women's basketball. So.
Oh,
And
Michael Bivins had them all over the place. He was like,
no,
y'all gonna perform every damn where.
But this was after. That's why I said they were in very different places in their career.
So this was post.
This wasn't.
Oh, this was post. Okay. Okay. Oh.
So no, this wasn't 91 or 92 or 93. No, this was like.
I do remember a time like I was in college, late 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. I remember there was a time where folks kind of had Boyz II Men fatigue, so to speak, and I remember people always say all their songs sound the same. And this was after Evolution, but right before, I think during the Mike, Nate, Sean, Wanye album.
One album, yeah,
which isn't a bad album, by the way. Anyway, but this was around the time folks were like, "We're tired of Boyz II Men. All their songs sound the same." Like it felt like people, the formula had been duplicated at that point by other
groups. Many times, and then
so many times. So by that point,
the mainstream
the originators,
right, the mainstream people that caught hold to what the blueprint was, and they took it and ran with it. You know what I mean? So everybody, by the time it's like they're looking like the followers. I'm like,
that's crazy.
This? No, are y'all crazy? Like, no, no, like. Anyway, I'm going to tell you with that.
So JR, at least I took some heat on this album on Facebook probably about 6 years ago. So I said I'm gonna stand on this, and I don't care what y'all say. Cooleyhighharmony better than 2. When I tell you my comments blew up.
Yes.
So sometimes you just don't argue with people who don't know what they're talking about.
People like that though. Like I get a little bit when before it was like even before we did rnbreps or whatever like that. I would always say Cooleyhighharmony was better than 2. I always thought it was. And people were like, "Are you crazy?" And then they come in record sales. I said, "When you start with that, I'm not even discussing it with you."
Conversation over.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
The thing is, at the time when 2 was out, everybody was like, "But this ain't Cooleyhighharmony." Saying stuff.
Yes, that part.
Yeah, at the time 2 came out, people were saying the opposite.
They were.
It probably was the same exact individuals that was fussing on your page.
Yeah, I'm like,
specifically them.
Yeah, don't flood my page. That's the album that made them stars. Stop. That's what you talk about.
I hate that. I'll be like, when you don't know what you talk about, that's why I just stop responding. I'll be like, it's done. I'm done. Like, are you kidding me? What? Oh,
now, I can see if they said that's the album that took them over the top.
Right.
That is a valid, truthful statement.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. Crazy, man. Whatever.
Yeah, we're talking just pure R&B at its finest. Cooleyhighharmony.
Yes, because it was nothing it was so raw. Yeah. It was raw. It was nothing behind it. It wasn't what they did with 2. It was so much behind that album. You know what I mean? So it was gonna win. And you know what I'm saying? And then so it was just a lot behind that. This was just raw, them harmonies, everything. The talent was displayed. And for me, I feel like 2, even though it's good, but it's more politics behind it. And they even talk about it. They talk about it. So it's like, y'all, please. Anyway, Lonely Heart it is.
Yeah, we do on Lonely Heart.
Lonely.
So, another song Dallas Austin put his foot in. Another song written by Nate Morris. Nathan Morris is the unheralded member of this group, but I also feel like he's the glue that kind of keeps them all together too.
Yes.
And he was like the type to stand on business. I think we talked about that when I did the episode with y'all on Water Runs Dry. Like Nate Morris don't play no games.
Yes.
He sits in the bag and he's quiet. He does what he needs to do, but he is the glue that keeps this group together and going.
Yes, he is.
All these years, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. Because when he was on Questlove and them show, and he was like, "Yo, we realized, wait a minute, that money ain't right, and we done wrote a lot of songs, and like something ain't right." And Nate was like, "We gotta get this right." He was like, "Biv, what's up? Like, our money ain't right." You know what I mean? And Biv did the right thing. You know, other people don't, but he did. You know what I mean? So yeah. But Lonely Heart. You know what I'm glad about? That Wanye was not on this.
Yeah, yeah.
He wasn't needed. He just needed in for the harmonies because the music is already dramatic enough. You did not need him to be doing all that. Like, no, we didn't need all of that. It's already, he's giving you the harmonies and that's it. I didn't need Wanye for this. I just needed Sean and Nate.
Yeah.
But Sean was channeling his Wanye because he was doing a lot. That's not a bad thing. It was some very great a lot, but it was a lot. He was given the spirit of Wanye.
Yeah. Nate's song his face off on this one. I gotta give credit. And then you got Mike with the smooth talking, singing in there. Yeah, then they connect with the harmonies. Yeah, love it. I'm gonna be saying that a lot because this is when R&B Mount Rushmore, this album is on there for me.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. When you talk about a 90s album, this has to be discussed.
Yeah.
Well,
and you know this song is, I don't know, it's not even a lot of songs that sound like this. Period. It's a very unique, like standalone song. I'm trying to think what sounds like that, and I can't really call it.
Yeah, I love the piano.
Child, yes.
Yeah, love it.
Yes, Lord.
Alone, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm be singing this whole episode. I'm sorry.
And you saw your love the way that it
would be. Yeah,
So
hold that note.
I never, like, the first physical copy I ever bought myself was when I bought the vinyl, when I first started collecting vinyl. So, story about this. So, I hijacked my aunt's Cooleyhighharmony CD.
I had the cassette.
Yeah, if she listens to this when I post it on my page, I'm sorry, Aunt Doris. Like, I think I still have it too, but I have your Boyz II Men CD. When I was in high school, and I never gave it back.
Yeah, I had the cassette, baby. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I bought it with my own money, or it might have been like a birthday or Christmas present or something. I can't remember which one. Yeah. But it was something that I wanted. It wasn't just kind of something laying around.
See, yeah, I didn't get this until late. I didn't get this, even though it came out then. I think I got it when I got to South Carolina then. So this was about probably, she got it the same time she got me Tevins.
Okay, so this is probably like 94.
No. She got this when his first album came out in November of 91.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So she got it then. Yeah. She didn't have it, or somebody might have left it. I don't know. I just remember the cassette being at the house. Because before was doing this episode, I was telling her, "Oh, Mom, we're gonna talk about Cooleyhighharmony." And she was like, "By who?" And I was like, "Boyz II Men." And she was like, "I didn't listen to that album." I said, "Mom, you lie." You lie. I was like, "You lie." I was like, "No." And then I started naming songs. She was like, "Oh, yeah. I was like, "Yeah, Mom, please." And then when I started singing A Lonely Heart, she was like, "Oh, love and kissing." I was like, "No, Ma." I was like, "This is my heart. That's not Lonely Heart." Yeah. I was like, "Girl," like Jesus Christ. But I was like, at least I'm like, yeah, she knew. But yeah, that's when I got it. And I played that in my room like crazy. I was playing that in 7, back to back to back. And I was loving it. And it was just the harmonies that was getting me. And it was just like, and then this song with the strings, with Lonely Heart with the strings. And it's just it felt like it was like an opera musically type of feel.
Like very, very dramatic.
Yes.
Dramatic feel.
So you know I love that shit. You know I love that because it's so dramatic. Like it's like brings you in, and then the God sounds so good on it. So it was like, Lonely Heart. I love this record. Love it. Love it. Love it. So we get to my favorite.
What's your favorite song?
I got four. That's bad. I got four.
Okay.
But this is my heart. I love this because I feel like with Please Don't Go and Lonely Heart, it's kind of like it's like ballad tier type, right? But I felt like Dallas brought it up a little with this. Like he added some little groove to it. You know what I mean? And that's what I liked about it because how somebody said I was not watching, I was reading this article and they said the first two are like downers, but not in a bad way because it's just so mellow and just this. And then this song, you bring this up a little. So it's like a groove, but it's like, Sean and Wanye just ate this record for real. Like Wanye was needed on this. You needed the dramatics for this.
This was
you
the
did.
perfect
You
song.
know what I'm saying? And then the acoustic guitar that somebody's learning to play Haley's. And you know what I mean? So I think it's just this song just everything to me. I think it's a perfect record. I love
And then at
this
the
record.
end, when they modulate and he brings it up a notch, oh man.
Yes.
Perfect way to end it.
I love it.
Kissing and holding you tight.
Everything is all right.
Do you love me? Do you love
me? Man, that's why I knew this morning. I know my neighbors was pissed, but I didn't give a damn because I was singing probably off key like a mug, but I did not care. Y'all gonna wake up to some Boyz II Men this morning. Like, I can't.
I should seriously text my mom and ask her. Like, I'm pretty sure that her and my stepdad probably got tired. I listened to this album so much. I'm talking about
really
before I went to school, when I got home from school, before I went to bed, when I was on the phone with some young lady is playing in the background. I wore this CD out, and I'm pretty sure I find it and I put it in my CD player. It probably gonna skip like hell because I wore this CD out. This is a good song too. Yeah, shout out to Dallas Austin, man. Like you talking about 3 bangers, boom, 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 out the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Out the gate. Out the gate.
And I need a confession. So normally when we go talk about an album or the show, like I listen to it all week and listen to it right before we come on. I didn't. Because like you see, I know that like even every little nuance, every big run, every little run, every modulation, like you're saying, like I it's up here.
It's up here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only listened to a couple songs. I just wanted to hear them. Like I wanted to hear "This Is My Heart" and a song later. I just wanted to hear those songs just cause.
Yeah, it's one of those albums. Like I know words to a lot of albums, but this is one of the albums I know every song word for word, and like you said, every little nuance, all the little runs, all that. And I know I sound terrible. I ain't no singer, but I was singing this shit to the top of my lungs yesterday when I was driving in the
I ain't nobody singer, but I'm gonna sing it.
I used to. And mom actually got my demo in the thing. And y'all, guess what I sung though? A song that y'all know I am not the biggest fan of by this group.
Oh, End of the Road.
Yes.
End of the Road. Yeah.
And every time people come, my mom be like, "Y'all want to hear Julia's demo?" I'll be like, "No, they don't." But she like, "You sound good," but I'm like, like I wanted to sing one of these, but the guy in the didn't have it, so he only had End of the Road, and I was like, all right, I guess, because I wanted to sing "This Is My Heart," like I wanted to sing this record because I love it so much, but yeah. I had to sing End of the Road. But like y'all said, it's like, every ad lib, every this, every that. It's just it's so good. This song is dope. Love it.
And like I said earlier, like just being vulnerable, like asking a girl, "Do you love me?" I'm presenting to you my heart. Do you love me? Like they don't make songs like this anymore, man.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
No. This R&B music today, they basically telling a girl what you gonna do and how it's gonna go down, and I don't love you, and I got a whole bunch of other women too. So So it's crazy. My pastor at church, he said he talked about 90s R&B in one of his sermons. He's like, those songs in the 90s and those albums and artists made you want to be in love because they made romance and love and relationships and connections with someone feel special. He's like, the music today don't do that.
No,
yeah,
not at all. It's no feeling. And you know what I'm saying? That's what we're missing, just the feeling. You know what I mean? And guys wasn't afraid to express their feelings. Like, it's cool.
But his heart is fragile, but he's willing to make a change.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah. You can get that the whole time, y'all. I'm telling y'all. You're gonna sing the
You know, it's funny. I go back, like I go back and read the lyrics sometimes to some of these albums where I'm listening to it on my phone. And I'm like, man, I was saying these songs so wrong because of the way they run or the way they say. I'm like, man, that ain't what he said. But hey, whatever. It was close enough.
Right. That's who left.
Oh God. All right. So we go to
Yeah. They are going to say it, man. Your face says everything. Your face always tells the truth.
Okay.
I've been with you enough to know, man.
Right. Right. Okay.
Folks have met you, sir. They have met you.
Damn. Yeah. This is the sexual record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But y'all, I actually like the remix a little better for me because Sean goes off.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't go off in this one because this is all about Nate and Wanye. That's what it was. So Sean played the back. Let me tell you, that sequel version, Sean said, y'all gonna get this work. He gave him the work. But don't get me wrong, I think it's cool. You know what I mean? I'm good with it. But it's like the sequel because I just want to hear Sean, and Sean made that shit count. So it was like,
that's
for
the
me.
one they played. That's the one they played on Firestorm was the sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never heard the original. They would occasionally play the original on regular radio, daytime occasionally, but they played that mix.
To me,
and I think that was what they were presenting because they weren't presenting the album version. They were presenting because they had a video for the sequel version and all that. You know what I mean? So that's
how I feel about this song.
Go ahead, Lisa. I'm sorry.
You know how I feel about this song?
Yeah.
I like the song, but I don't find the song to be sexy.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, to me, this song don't really fit their image. I think it was one of the things where Bill was like, hey, we need a GTD song. we need something for the ladies. We got to show off our sex appeal. Because in the video, they got on silk pajamas and come on, man. Like, that ain't y'all.
Injection pills.
Yeah. The song don't really fit their image, but I get it. I get why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just not sexy, like
it sort of reminds me of what's the Bell Biv DeVoe song? Something in Your Eyes. Yeah, kind of got that up tempo but slow groove to it, like kind of sexy but not really sexy.
Not really sexy. And roar.
Yeah. Look at JR. We making JR a call.
No. I think everybody on this song, they know how we feel about that song. So it's like, I feel you. I think this was the biggest
fan of the song.
They was trying. This was like you said, it was like, we need a GDT song. You know what I mean? And this is what they gave. You know what I mean? And that's just what it was. Like, it went against their image, like you said. It went totally against it, and it just was like, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? But it's not like, oh my God, I gotta hear this song. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, it's cool. But like I said, I just love the sequel version because that's the one they were pushing, and that was the single version, obviously. But I just be liking to hear Sean. So that's really why I dig this song, to be honest with you. So that's
I'm not the biggest fan. So, but like I said, I get why it's there. I mean, yeah.
And that song, I like the verses. I just think the chorus is silly. It's goofy.
Yeah.
But I like the
You got me want to listen to the remix now, JR. I haven't heard that in a minute. But I do remember it being better though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think because Sean made it. You know what I mean? It's just like Sean came in. It's just like he even let you know my name is Sean. Like he was like, I'm going in on this.
Yeah, and Wanye is a little whiny on him. A little
He
bit.
is.
Even for him.
Yeah, true.
And we go all the way to the tip. Sorry, y'all. Like I said, I like it, but I don't find it to be sexy at all, and never have.
No.
Yeah, I got you.
But it's a well sung, cool, cooler song.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
what? What I do?
I know that's a cool little song, you know.
Yeah, I know if I have this discussion with people who don't really like dig into albums and music like that and take deep dives, they'll be like, "You crazy? This song is the best slow jams of the '90s." No, it ain't.
Right.
That's a revision right there.
Revision.
No.
Yeah. Mm-mm. All right. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Was this the second single off the album?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Second single off the album. I get why they did it. Cooleyhighharmony song was in the movie Cooley High.
Right.
They really got a chance to kind of flex their singing muscles on this. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it.
They did, the remake. Like you said, you broke it down basically. They did the remake of what's his name? GC Cameron, I mean. And I mean it's cool, but it's one of those songs that I just don't gotta hear. Like this is a song that I skip, honestly. Because I'm like, I'm good with it. And like I can like go on YouTube, and this is when Wanye is very dramatic. When he did the performances like on the AMAs, and the crowd actually went crazy with it and all that, but I'm like, I'm good on it. I'm like, they did their thing. They sounded good. The harmonies was great, but other than that, I'm like, okay, I'm good.
What I remember about the song? You spoke about them performing on Arsenio Hall. I remember they performed this on Arsenio Hall, and they had the members of Another Bad Creation out there with them.
Yes. Yes.
They had the sunglasses on. They were snapping on the melody. Yeah, I remember.
You can tell how much of a family they were. You know what I mean? Like the East Coast family was such a family. Like it's a couple of awards where ABC is presenting, Boyz II Men when they won, and they was like, everybody losing it. So they was such a family. You know what I mean? And I do remember that with them boys. I think they had on like brown jackets or something, and they was behind them. I was like, look at this here. Look at this.
You had issues with the song. Actually, I don't really like the song, but I think just the popular culture ruined it for me. Because and if you had anybody, especially a young person, die between 91 and about 95.
Yeah.
And when I was in high school, I was in the 9th grade, so this would have been like 93. We had one of our classmates passed away, and this was the go-to song and all that. And so I think that association with it kind of messes it up for me, because I actually like the song. I like the original. I like their rendition. Yeah. But popular culture and anybody that died in the 90s just made me sick of this song.
Yeah, and it's so somber, especially knowing how it connects to the movie Cooley High.
And the part, you know what I'm saying, in Cooley High where preachers going to visit Cochise, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's already sad, so it's like, oh dang, you know what I mean? Like,
the reason I really love the song, especially their rendition of it, is the harmonies that they're doing.
Yeah,
especially the bottom of those harmonies. Like Mike did a lot for that group. I think sometimes people give him credit. That bottom note, Yeah, and you really hear it on It's So Hard. Like, it sounds so good.
It's like the song. It's like the album. It's almost like you climbing like a peak. Like it starts off here and it just continues to ascend. Then it kind of drop off a little bit. But then it picks back up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm good with this. Is a skip for me. I'm
gonna skip it. I skip it every time, and it's because of the associations. But I think it's a superbly 10 out of 10 song.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. But
Agreed.
It ain't for my casual listening. I'm not gonna put it on the playlist. I'm just not.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like, I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions that people make about classic albums. Everybody thinks if it's a classic, there are no songs on there that can be skipped. There are plenty of classic albums that have songs on there that can be skipped. It's about the song and the parts. Like, it ain't necessarily about every song gotta be excellent. You gotta connect with every song. No, that's not the case.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, well, the next one is Motown Philly, which we've discussed. But then we go to Under Pressure.
Yeah. Got that James Bond at the beginning. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah.
Another favorite of mine. I love this. Because again, it's kind of like they come in. That like I just love that. Like I love that. You know what I mean? And then they come in and talk, and then that beat comes in. You know, Dallas. Yeah. Like it's so New Jack, and it's so like 90, 91. You know what I mean? Like I could just imagine like people like Club MTV, and people remember that, and you know, people on Soul Train line just playing this and just going off, sweating and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's that era, and it just gives me that. And I just love Dallas production because after 2 minutes and 27 seconds, that's how much I love the song, y'all. And yo, that production goes in, and then when he goes to 242, for your life, for your life, like it's like, oh shit, like you just want to go crazy and just dance, and it's like a nice dance break. If you a dancer, that is a dance break for you, and I love it.
It like meshes together so many samples, and like I said, got that James Bond, you got that Living Color theme song, to it, and like you said, that Public Enemy with that Flavor Flav in there, man, good stuff. And like I said, it's high energy, high octane. Get your ass on the dance floor, R&B music.
Yes.
And when they do that little harmony at the beginning that you talk about, JR, you know who they remind me of on that part? Take 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like step is 4, step 6.
Right.
They did like what Take 6 did with a 6-part harmony, and did it with 4, and now doing it with 3. Yep. That's pretty impressive.
Okay.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Things down.
Y'all may know more about this than I do, but Mark Nelson was originally a member of Boyz II Men, correct?
Yes.
What the hell happened? Because did he not record this album with them initially, or he did not?
I don't think he thought anything was gonna come of this.
Okay.
So he was like, he had a solo deal, and he went and did the solo deal, and I know he's sick.
Oh my God! Like I remember when As Yet came out, and they said he was an original member of Boyz II Men, and he left right before they started recording this, and I was like, "Damn, you talking about timing?" Yes,
because I guess when you first get signed and all this kind of stuff, you know it's gonna take a minute. They don't know where you're going, they don't know where to put you, all this. And he had a solo deal right in front of him, so it was like, I'm gonna take the solo deal. I don't know what's gonna go on with this. I don't think he ever expected the boys to blow the way they blew. You know what I mean? He like, dang, I'm gonna go take the solo deal. You know, who knows what's gonna happen to them? And I know when he just starts seeing them just rise and rise and rise, I know it was like, damn, like I might have made the wrong decision. Like, you know what I mean? But obviously it wasn't meant. You know what I mean? That's just what it was.
And it's worked out. When I saw them perform in Vegas, he actually came out and did a few songs with them.
Oh, I was gonna ask you because I know I saw when they brought him out for something for real.
My wife and I got a picture with him too, man. Great dude, man. I was like, man, that's pretty cool that they still kept that relationship in spite of the differences.
Right. That's because Mark can sing his tail off too.
You ain't lying. Have y'all ever heard the rumor that Mark Nelson was behind some of those Babyface pen songs from the mid-90s forward? Y'all ever heard that rumor?
Yes.
Well, that's, I mean, Babyface is who, like, not discovered, but like, they work together.
They work together. Okay. I thought
He wrote for Tony, Randy, Tamir, Tariq, Tyrese, John B. He wrote for a lot of people, so they were.
They were tight. So he kind of came out of that Babyface boot camp, I guess you could say.
Right.
And As Yet was on the face.
Yeah.
Oh shit, they were.
Yeah,
they were.
Yeah.
Well, damn. So, I mean,
and Mark wrote their big hit Last Night.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't given to them. That he wrote that.
Yeah. Oh shit. Damn, I forgot they was on the face. I really did.
So he missed the boat on Boyz II Men, but he did good because he writer.
Yeah. Pen game. Yeah, he getting that publishing money.
And he ain't gotta split it.
Nope.
He ain't gotta split it 4 ways. Well, 3 now, but you ain't got to split it.
And As Yet had 2 big R&B singles off that first album.
Yeah, and freaking crossed over
Last
too.
Night and Hard to Say I'm Sorry. And I think they did a damn good job of that cover, Hard to Say I'm Sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to hear that instead of the original. At least it got soul.
Ding 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 ding. Oh God. All right. So sipping.
You know, it's funny, man. Like being called a simp was not a compliment when I was growing up. But these dudes said it ain't easy, and it ain't. Get on your hands and knees.
And mind you, I'm singing it as a kid.
Yeah,
not
even
realizing
right? It wasn't until I was in college that people started calling folks simps, and I'm like, then I started connecting it back to this song. I was like, oh shoot. That's like basically begging a girl to pay you some attention. Yeah. And they sung about it. I like this song though.
Get on your hands and knees and lift your eyebrows.
Looking like I didn't like the song then. That was my skip back then. But I couldn't really skip it. I told you I had the cassette. So you just kind of had to grin and bear with it, but then it kind of grew on me.
Yeah.
I like the remix more for me. That's on the White Man Can't Jump. I love that.
Yeah,
more than the album version, for real, because it makes you groove to me a little bit more. It makes you dance again, adding that new jack into it. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to dance. The video is mad fun too. You know what I'm saying? And they're having a good time in the video. But it's just like now on my playlist on Cooleyhighharmony, I actually replaced the remix for this. The remix is actually on there instead of the album version. You know what I mean? Because it just makes you want to dance. So that's why I like it. You know what I mean? And then I like the dramatics of Wanye at the end. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he going off with the ad libs all day long. So you know what I'm saying? So that's me. So I like the remix for real.
Yeah, I'm with you. I prefer the remix too. And it actually fit the movie. White Men Can't Jump too, knowing the storyline and everything. But yeah, it fit the movie well.
Very. Very. Oh God, yeah. I love it. Love this record. All right. Little Things.
One of my favorite songs on the album.
Facts.
Yes. One of my favorite songs on the album.
Yes, God. Yes, yeah. Lord.
Love it, man. Well arranged. Production is dope on there. I love this. I love the song. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Probably top 3.
Shout out to Troy Taylor on this. See, a lot of people don't know Troy Taylor. Troy Taylor been in this game for a while. You know what I mean?
Tell the people.
Yes, he's been in it for a while. People don't think like people start putting him to Trey and all of that. No. He was way before than him and Charles. What was the dude last name?
I can't think of his last name.
Oh God, because they called themselves the Characters.
The Characters, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, and this song, you know, I think everybody on the album had to have an inspirational type of record. And I think this was it. You know what I mean? Little things mean a lot.
Charles Farrar.
You got Farrar. Okay, thanks. And you know what I'm saying? Appreciate what you got. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. It's just a great sing along. And I always try to wonder if these were one of the first songs that they did for the album. Cause I always try to listen to albums and be like, what song was first? And I'm like, this sounded very obviously different from what Dallas was doing with them. So I'm like wondering, maybe was the characters who they got with first before Dallas? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But it definitely sounds like one of the first, songs that they might have got the album rolling. That's how I feel.
Yeah, this is one of those songs I always keep a playlist of like optimistic songs, kind of motivation, inspirational that are secular. This is on this one. I put that on that. Yeah.
Oh, so Troy has signed solo record deal with Motown, but he's decided to do songwriting and production instead of a group. So it was originally meant for him, and they repurposed it and retooled it and was put on Boyz II Men's album.
Cool.
Damn.
He made more money.
Something new every day.
Made more money in the long run.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was smart.
That was supposed to be on his debut solo record.
And then he flipped it and said, I'm going to give it to Boyz II Men. And he got more money from that. You know what I'm saying? That was a smart move. That was a definitely smart move. But Dallas is playing the drums on this record. That's what's funny. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, Dallas ain't no production, no songwriting. He's just playing the drums. So that's why I'm like, maybe that was the way in with Dallas. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, they was already working with ABC. So, so they might have worked with him. I don't know. But to me, Little Things sound like one of the records, maybe one of the first records that they started with.
And then, won't get into it yet, but the next song, the same thing. That was supposed to be on Troy's solo debut.
Okay.
It's in the next song. And then he, of course, did Jezebel on too.
That's a good song too.
I know that's one of my favorite Boyz II Men songs, period. I love Jezebel. I love that record. And then what's so crazy, because like the beginning of Under Pressure, I always thought that was the precursor for Jezebel, on how Under Pressure started and how Jezebel starts. You know what I mean? How they going on a train and all this kind of mess, and and then they come in. I'm like, I love it. Man, this ain't about two. But
yeah, but we talking about Mr. giving Troy Taylor his flowers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he ate that. And I love, again, they're working. When you go to that second album, you gotta bring some of them people for the first, so you can still get that feeling. You know what I mean? Even though Dallas did like one, you know what I mean? And they got Tim and Bob and Babyface, obviously, and then they got Troy back again. But didn't have Troy do Jezebel. It fit, you know what I mean? So yeah, but Little Things, I love singing along. Me and Elise love singing this in my car. Like we go cuts with it. Like
it don't sing along, positive uplift. It's one of them. So it's a movie changer. It's just one of these.
Absolutely.
But it's a particular.
Dallas also said them boys got the big head going into the second album after the
end. Yeah, I saw it. I was watching the interview yesterday.
He said,
they was like, look at my Rollie. It's a little, ooh. I was like, uh-oh. Dallas was like, they were some assholes. Oh, God.
Yeah, he was very frank about that. Like,
yes, he was.
Working with these dudes after that. I'm done.
Yeah. Yes, he was.
Yeah. Nothing mean. Little things mean. I love that song so hard. I'm with you, T. That's my cut.
Top three favorite songs on this album for me. You know, it's crazy. Like, none of the songs I like on this album weren't even released to the general public. Like, they weren't even singles. They just album cuts. Yeah.
And that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, always.
Yes, absolutely. Because we album cut people here. So give me an album cut. You know what I mean? Like, for real. And this is one of the deep ones because, again, the first album, everybody focuses on Dallas. That's what the focus is. All of their songs that's all the hits, everything that was, brought out on this album was Dallas. So nobody really goes to these songs, and these songs is just as dope as the other ones. You know what I mean? So these are some good ones. So Little Things is amazing for real. So
I think one of the things I love about this album, I think it is sequenced perfectly. I think the order of the songs is just perfect. Like,
yeah,
it goes, it just flows extremely well.
From each, you on mute, sis.
Sorry, you would think I'd done this once or twice before. I do like the order, but if the next song, if Your Love was like after like This Is My Heart, or even after that'd have been it'd have just been too fire. But I like how it is, but that would have worked too.
It would have, yeah. Your Love,
because they could end the album with Little Things. They could have, because that's the inspirational record. So that could have really ended the album for real. But like you said, Your Love is still like, I like that. Again, it wasn't a typical ballad. It was a groove for real. So it was still a groove there. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, this is what albums ended, with ballads. You know what I mean? So now they giving you a little groove for real. And the way Troy really arranged their vocals and all that, again, harmonies. They call it this album Cooleyhighharmony. The harmonies better be tight, and they were so tight. So tight.
Your Love is my favorite. Your Love is my favorite song on this album. Period.
What?
Yeah, love this song. Love this song. Even though my 11-year-old ass shouldn't have been singing this song.
Yeah. I think Please Don't Go is my favorite, and then it's this song. Okay. Then it's Your Love.
Yeah, Your Love's number 1, and Please Don't Go is 2. And then number 3 is Little Things. That's my top 3 off this album. But yeah, Your Love that's such a good song.
Your love.
Yeah.
I am here, your love, how we do one of a kind.
And the instrumental's good. Like this, I turn this up to ignorant levels anytime I hear this. Ignorant.
That's what I love.
I was blasting when I pulled up to work yesterday, because I just put it on shuffle, and then this pulled up right when I was pulling the parking lot. I was like, nah, I'm gonna sit in the car and let this ride out. I know I'm late. It's all good.
I love it when you hold me, 'cause you hold me.
Yeah, and then it comes in with the background that, like, as he's saying that. Yes. Listen.
Oh God.
That's why I ride with T the long way.
Right. And then it's an album cut, so he gets it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gets it. A lot of people just don't. You know what I'm saying? And then just the little nuances that they do in this record, it's just like, pulls you in. Man, shout out again to Troy.
You keep my attention. You don't know what I'm talking about. He emphasized, he made sure I got to hit every syllable of attention.
Yes. Oh God. But that's don't say shit.
I'm not trying. No, he can. He just do a great hook, man.
And then Mike Bivins with the little rap right before the end. I'm convinced. Yeah, man. Yeah. And then
like I said, it's so corny, but it fits.
Kind of goes quiet a little bit, and then one year builds but hey, and it's right back.
Back up
Listen,
again.
Man,
yes.
You're about to make me jump about my seat, man. This is my jam right here.
But you know something that surprised me with the sequence is you would think that they would have put It's So Hard as the last song.
Right.
I mean, that's what I would have
expected.
Especially with the album being Cooleyhighharmony, like you don't want to make it the first So it just surprised me that they put it in the middle. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Especially the way how albums went back then. Like, that was a little.
You're right, man. I didn't think of it. But yeah, a lot of albums in the 90s did end with ballads or like an inspirational track. Like all the time.
And like you said, yeah, damn, at least I didn't think about that. They could have. I'm surprised that they didn't end with that record.
Yeah, that'd have been a very 90s move.
Two ended with Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So they could have did that. Yeah. But I guess they like, I don't know. I guess they knew they were doing it as a single and they like, let's put it in the, you know what I'm saying? Put it somewhere in the beginning or something like that. So, you know what I'm saying? So people can, I guess, remember it, I guess. I don't know. But
now your love it wasn't a single, was it? But I remember they played it on our radio stations here in South Carolina. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We would hear it. So I always thought it was a single, but it really wasn't a single. So
see, that was back when people were actually playing records and actually breaking them. You know what I'm saying? Like they wouldn't always follow the normal playlist. Yeah. They would even pay some album cuts or something like that for people. Like that was, man, it was such a whole different thing back then. And these kids would never understand. Never.
I would hear your love on the radio a lot growing up. But like I said, that's why I thought it was a single, but it wasn't. So whoever was the program director at that radio station was like, I like this song and y'all gonna keep it in rotation.
Right. Oh yeah. This album just, for me, it just displays just a great 90s album. If you're talking about 90s R&B, to me, Cooleyhighharmony has to be discussed. You know what I mean? I know, again, everybody goes to 2 because of how big it was. But for me, it's just like this really just raw. These guys were coming in with something to prove, you know what I'm saying? And side A and side B was dope.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, you know, you got some people that had albums of side A and you don't think about side B. Because Boyz II Men, to me, had great up-tempos and great ballads. The problem is Jodeci didn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. They ballads was great. And that's what they should have stood.
Flawless ballads.
Flawless. But when they got to them up-tempos, it was like, ew.
Yeah, I didn't care for. Yeah, I don't care for Jodeci's up-tempo stuff.
No, and that's what made Boyz II Men a better group to me.
The only up-tempo Jodeci that I like is Get On Up.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's on an album I hate.
I don't like that's why I rock with y'all. I do not like, was it the show, the after party, the hotel, whatever it is. I don't know.
Don't either.
No. Show, the after party, the dumpster, you know.
The dumpster.
I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back and tap my 15-year-old self on the shoulder when I'm in the checkout line at Circuit City, when I spent my money on this album, my allowance money on that album, because it was Jodeci.
I heard that album too.
Got myself on the shoulder and said, "Hey, don't spend your money on that. Get something else."
I bought that album.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, no. That album just not it.
I bought it. Well, not sight unseen, hear unheard. I bought it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Just off the strength of Diary of Mad Band.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, they made Fair My Lady, you know, that was just side 8. But the side 8 was so stellar that I you know.
No.
All them damn interludes and shit. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Interludes are terrible.
And I don't really do interludes anyway. Unless your name is like Janet Jackson or something like that. Or De La Soul or something like that. Otherwise, I don't do it.
Yeah, that ain't for everybody.
My brother, I don't.
That's album. That's one of the 90s albums that I don't really care too much for. But we talked about it before, just the contrast and the perception of Boyz II Men versus Jodeci. And everybody think that Jodeci, these street dudes. No, they country boys like me. They from the South, man. They country choir boys from the South.
Thank you. They were giving that image.
Giving that image, but that ain't them.
No, it's not at all. They, if you look at again, me and Lisa always talk about it. Look at the Father MC video. They look like Boyz II Men.
Yep.
And but then Boyz II Men, like Nate, he from the hood, like
exactly.
But they got him in this image, and this is just what it is. And then they try to act like their songs are so different, and it really isn't. Like at all.
The production of their songs is different, but the lyrics and even the phrasing of it is the same. It's just I'll give the Jodeci, they just always had a little bit more modern, going to the future type sound with their production. So, and Boyz II Men was kind of pulling from the past, and Jodeci was kind of looking forward with, if that makes any sense. Like, so.
Yeah, it was like Boyz II Men they were still giving us flavor from, again, like we said in the beginning, what they did with Motown. So they was giving us Temps, they was giving us Four Tops, they was giving us all of that. So, but Jodeci wasn't doing that. Right. They wasn't giving us that. You know what I'm saying? They were giving us the new flavor of what was now. You know what I mean? With them gospel, them gospel voices. That's just what it was. You know what I mean? But again, everybody is so wrapped up in the image of those two. And technically they was making the same music. Like, honestly, like, it wasn't anything different. That's why I just hate that when it's just like, oh yeah, Boyz II Men was pop. No, they were not. These songs are R&B records. It just crossed over and they were more mainstream appealing. That's it. You know what I mean?
And they R&B songs, those songs were either not singles or just did not cross over.
Right. Yeah.
The other side didn't accept those songs. But that don't mean you gotta not accept them because the white folk didn't. Shit.
That part.
They should make you listen harder to the songs they didn't latch on to. Them gonna be the best ones.
Two groups from the same era and compare. Like, can they both be great in their own right?
Period. And that's what made them so different. You know what I mean? They were different groups, but I mean, again, we just said they kind of had the same music, but the imaging was different. They presented it different. It was just a whole different thing, and they were both great. I just hate that. I just hate that Boyz II Men were pop and Jodeci was R&B, and an album like this ain't got nothing pop to it. No, there's nothing pop to this album at all.
That is an R&B record.
Right, hands down. And even too, the problem is, it's just that them records were so huge that the mainstream liked it. That's just what it was. It was just like, okay, they number one for 14 and 15 weeks, but they realized that at the end of the road. That was just like, okay, this worked for y'all. We're going to go back to Babyface. Y'all going to do a couple of these Babyface joints. We're going to put Dallas on there. We're going to get Troy back on there. And we're going to work with Tim and Bob, which Dallas brought in. And you got to. And Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis as well. And this is that. But this album is just raw. It's them. It's just R&B to the fullest. And Boyz II Men is R&B. Again, their image-wise, Jodeci kind of scared our grandparents a little bit, like, and Boyz II Men was like, oh, okay, we can look at them. Okay, we like that. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? But they listen to, like, my grandparents will sing Forever My Lady. They sing that too, but then they also gonna sing Please Don't Go. So it's like, it is what it is. So.
Yeah. And I don't know when people are getting to this thing where everything has to be so split and no, I'm this person's fan and I can't be a fan of. That's so weird because that's not how it was in the moment back then. I like everybody.
Like everybody. If you made good music, you made good music.
Yeah.
What you was, or what you like it was about. That's where it needs to stay.
Yeah, because I like Jodeci and Boyz II Men, but I also like and I like SWV. I like Mary, but I like Faith too. I like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that weird territory. No, I liked a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. And all those people all ate. They all ate.
They did, and it's all love. It was all love. Like this create this fake rivalry. Like Boyz II Men and Jodeci, they've gotten along well, and they still get along well and give each other props. They were contemporaries. Like it's friendly more than anything.
Yeah, they show so much love to each other. It's like one of the awards when they went in the same category, Jodeci won. They went and hugged Boyz II Men. Like that's how much respect and love that they have for each other. It's just, you know, the powers that be tried to cause that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, we talked about this too. How Backstreet Boys said Blackstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys took the blueprint. Boyz II Men, basically they were the white Boyz II Men, and NSYNC was the white Jodeci.
Yep.
Period. And that ain't us just talking. That they said that verbatim, out their mouth,
That's
in public.
And I still laugh when I see that those clips from the Mickey Mouse Club and Ryan Gosling and Justin Timberlake and JC Chasez doing Jodeci songs. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man.
You know what? I understand when people are influenced by us or whatever, but I just hate the whole construct of that the person that copies it or is inspired, they act like that person created it, and that becomes a narrative, and that's why I have an issue. I actually don't even too much care about people imitating us, but when you act like that they the GOAT off of that, like no.
Right. Right.
You didn't create that. And I hate that the creators get the short end. The people that start a fad or a style, they get the short end of the stick like every time.
As usual.
Yeah. And then your own people turn on you because the narrative is that this is a white boy band thing when it was some black boys that started doing it first.
Yep.
Like people turn on you off of misinformation, off of how they frame things media-wise.
Yeah.
Right after 2.
That's upsetting.
Right after 2.
Call people bitter. No, they mad and they got a right to be. They mad. They angry. Sorry, I kept cutting you off, T. I'm sorry.
You're good. Right after 2, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees. It's like boom, 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 boom. Then you had TRL come out, and then Boyz II Men drop albums that people, I might want to listen to them. They make music for white people. What? Just 6 years ago, they were the most celebrated band in R&B, and now you don't like them anymore? That's crazy.
And then you had the younger groups like Dru Hill and 112 coming out, so they were kind of taking over what this new sound is now, because now 96 music is changing yet again. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a shift, but then now Boyz II Men is trying to get into that shift and people not really accepting them. You know what I mean? And then the mainstream, the white people, they got theirs now. They got their Backstreet Boys and NSYNC now. So it's like, can you place Boyz II Men now? Where do they go? You know what I mean? And it's kind of like that. It was kind of like like Evolution. It was kind of like, you know what I mean? It started to go down, and it's like you don't like to see that because it's just like these boys came out just scorching, and then 2 just took them just completely out of here. Like they was, like they was up there. You know what I mean? And then to see them go down the way they did, but the politics behind it all, that's what sucks. Because it wasn't like the album wasn't all. I mean, Evolution was cool. They didn't even really like Evolution, to be honest, because they talk mess about it. But they was just like, just to see that drop, it's just like the politics of the music business is just crazy, man. This is
Well, one thing I like is when Dru Hill came along, they were like the perfect mesh of a Jodeci and a Boyz II Men. Like the way they sang and the harmonies was very Boyz II Men, but their image and kind of the production, futuristic production, was more Jodeci. They were like a perfect mix of that, of those 2 groups.
And didn't Daryl Simmons work with Dru Hill?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because him and Babyface did We're Not Making Love No More, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Daryl did In My Bed.
My Bed,
Yeah. Okay. It was just all I mean, like, because then Daryl was working with Boyz II Men with end of the road and all this, and then he went and worked. God damn.
It's all connected. It's like
yes,
definitely 6 degrees of separation in music.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah,
that part.
Yeah. Well, now we have come to my favorite part of the show, and that is our word song association.
Ooh.
So, Mr. T. Harris, I'm going to give you 5 different songs from the year 1991, but it's all going to be from groups/bands.
Okay.
And you tell me the first word or thought or memory that pops in your head. Just
okay.
All right. So we're going to start off with Mint Condition. Breaking my heart, pretty brown eyes in parentheticals.
Oh man, that intro. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. And then when R&B perfection, like certain songs don't leave me speechless. Like I will. That's one of those songs where that intro, I will go back and listen to it again. That intro hit so hard. Yeah, it's Stokely's song is face off on that song. But yeah, that one word associated with that song, just the intro.
That be a song. That's one of those rare songs where, like, I need that. You remember the show for the 60s, 70s, Name That Tune?
Yeah.
I can name it in 4 notes. I can name it in 3. That'd be one. I just need that to, like.
That's it. I know.
That's it. Yep. Yep. And they were doing that at the concert when I went to go see them. And this was after Prince passed. And they would tease you with it. And you think they're going to do it. And they like, nah, we not, nope. And everybody like, wait, what? But then when it got to the end, and all right, y'all done went through all this shit. Now we at the end, and then they kind of the lights go down, and it's and everybody like, oh, yeah, we really about to do it. So I would get that too. As soon as it got it, got me.
Yeah.
But my friends pick on me anyway, because I know as soon as I hear the first like 2-3 seconds of just about any song, I already know what it is, and I'm getting ready to get in whatever tempo. I'm either getting like this, or I'm like, put on the tempo. So
shout out to Mint Condition, the last R&B band. My goodness.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So speaking of R&B bands, Tony, whatever you want.
Oh man. One word to describe the song? I gotta think about it. I don't know. That's a good song too. The guitar. The do. Yeah. That stands out to me.
Wow, what an arrangement.
Yeah.
Who thought to sing it like that? Like, I mean, I know who, but like, that's so cool. It's so creative. It's a cadence I didn't really hear in music too much, so it was cool.
Yeah, who think that I would try to run a game on you just as my name is Dwayne?
I'll be there for you. Treat you just like a queen. Okay, I'll be here, child. Tony. Yo, JR, what I say on
what?
Episode when we was talking about Diary of Alicia Keys? I said it ain't Tony or Tony.
Yeah,
yeah.
I forgot.
We was talking about the song Diary.
Yes. And when everybody thought it was saying featuring Tony, you like, well, I don't hear them. And that's when Elisa's like, it ain't Tony or Tony. Ain't none of them 3 niggas.
Ain't none of them.
Oh, God, Lord.
Not Mary. All right. We have Guys, Let's Chill.
Ooh.
Love that record.
Slow Jam. Quiet Storm. Classic. Yeah. But that kind of introduced that phrase into the vernacular. Like, when people associate, it was like we chilling, like just me and you kicking back. But now that kind of changed it to we chilling to I'm chilling with a young lady. Yeah, we chilling. Yeah.
You know that we just chilling. All right. Next, we have Levert. Baby, I'm ready.
Ooh, that was one of my mama's songs right there. That's a good throwback to the music that my parents really liked. Like I remember my mom loved her some Gerald Levert. They loved Levert as a group, even dating back to when they first came out with Casanova. So yeah, that just brings back some good memories, man. Listening to music riding in the car with my mom. That's really where I got my love of music from. Was from her. So yeah, that reminds me of those car rides with my mom and sitting in the back seat.
All right. One more. High Five. I like the way. Kissing Game and Parentheticals and Parentheses. No, I can't.
One of those songs we ain't had no business. One of them songs we ain't had no business singing when we were little.
It was more appropriate than their damn first single.
Right.
True.
At least this was a little cutesy.
Yeah,
and not
just can't handle it.
She was 25. At least want that.
Yeah. Kenny Riley did his thing on that production too.
Yeah, and did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Oh God, now I gotta listen to that song now. Damn it.
Oh, that's the end. Is that the end? Yeah.
Oh, Janet Jackson, that's the end? No.
No. The chair routine. Why? We got this Mitch Janet. I ain't even have to say it. Thank you, T.
I thought somebody might be. The party ain't over. Daddy?
Yeah.
You did. Jam. Oh, we're terrible. This is
I love y'all, man. I really do. That was so dope,
best song in history.
Yes.
Fight me.
Yes.
Fight me about it.
Yes.
Yes. Well, that concludes. No. Thank you for hanging out with us, brother.
As usual. This is awesome, as usual.
The honor is all mine. Listen, so QG and I was talking, right? We want to get y'all on the episode of Saturday Sit Down.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll let you know when we've kind of laid out our calendar for episodes and topics we want to hit for the rest of the year. So we was texting. I said, "Yo, we got to get the R&B reps on Saturday Sit Down."
Oh, listen, I'm there.
We're gonna have fun. We're gonna cut up, but we're gonna stick to
what a Saturday too. What?
We don't kick the truth to the young black youth. So is.
Yeah.
Come on,
to the old too.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. So you have an open invitation to join us on Saturday Sit Down, but we will keep you posted on when.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, we fucks with y'all the long way. But
yeah.
So again, before we head out, if you just tell folks again how they can find you and the best way to find you.
All right, so you can find me on Instagram at WhenTheNeedleDrops. So I post there frequently. Post a lot about my vinyl collection, CDs, just songs I love, music in general. So check me out on there.
Yeah. Yes. And we thank everybody that's watching us, especially the folks in the live chat, holding it down. Y'all are family. Bring us some more cousins around these parts. Yeah. Like I said, we a family and we want more of y'all. So share, like, subscribe, all of that stuff. And we will catch y'all on the next Catch That. Peace. But actually, I'm going to go back. Like, share, subscribe. It's the little things. They mean a lot. Oh, yeah. Okay, peace.